hate when that jump mirrors the video. Media preset. It's gone.
Welcome to Atlanta. Christ is hosting 5,000 year Mayada camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025. Starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April 11th, we got the Black Party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior Hunter.
Our great and holy King have honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven. So in the name of our King Yahushua, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west.
There we go. All right, let's clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Shalom. 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 Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham to all the Akim. Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to all the Akwathim. This is Priest and Officer of 1,000, Aisha Allah, with the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Understand? The ISUPK here on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. You understand? Along with Baltimore, Maryland. All right. Coming at y'all again live with another biblical law class, Wednesday night biblical law class. All right. Just bringing out the truth of the Bible, man. You understand? Doing the one thing that the Christian church refuses to do. Doing the one thing that all of your political leaders refuse to do. You understand? And then the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, we are not affiliated with any of those churches or political parties. You understand? It is not under Commanding General Yohana and the ISUPK. It is not the truth. All right? It is not the truth, man. Like, goddamn it. We have got to be getting tired of getting lied to. You've got to be tired of getting lied to about things that are extremely important to understand. If you expect to survive in this hell called America, you understand? You expect to survive under this oppressor. You have got to wake up to a few things. You understand? And we bring you that truth straight up out of this Bible, man, since 1969, teaching the true identity of the Lord's chosen people, the so-called Israelites. You understand? The so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We make up the 12 tribes of Israel. All right? The 12 tribes. A brother earlier asked the question, what are the 12 tribes of Israel? We'll go ahead and rattle them off for you. You understand? We talking about Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Naphtali, and Issachar, man. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel. And if you're a Black, Latino, or Native American, you reside under one of those tribes. You understand? And we all collectively reside in this nation called Israel. Everybody understand that. And that matters. I know the Christian church has taught us that what the Bible says doesn't matter. You understand? The Christian church has taught the Lord's chosen people that the only thing the Bible's good for is maybe some coming up with some hymns. You understand? Or coming up with that church R&B, that gospel music. Every now and then they'll sprinkle a verse or a piece of a psalm or a piece of a proverb in there and call it a hit. But the actual substance of the Bible, the actual truth of the Bible, the actual wisdom of the Bible, the actual life of the Bible, the world discounts. The world throws out. The world discards it when it is oh so important, especially for these 12 tribes, especially for us, especially today. The world, listen, the world is teetering. You understand? All these nations are on the brink of some serious catastrophic uh interactions and altercations. The world is on the brink. Kim Jong-un, he done peeked his little head out. You understand? North Korea, South Korea, China. Goddamn, you know that the third world's war is like beginning when America's about to fight Canada. I don't know if there's a recorded war of Canada versus anybody. You understand? But they are about to go to war with America. They're already going to economic war. You understand? They're already having tariff battles. You understand? And there are things that America relies on from Canada, and things that Canada relies on from America. And they said, listen, we can go to war about it. This is the age we live in. These are the times that we reside in, man. So if we expect any type of hope, any type of chance, any type of possibility for to maintain our sanity, to maintain, our identity, you understand? We're gonna have to defer and refer to the God of the Bible, man, as it pertains to his children and his instructions to us, what he expects of us and what he requires of us. And we're not going to learn those requirements anywhere outside of the ISUPK and the Commandant General Yohana, man. Anybody running around calling themselves an Israelite today owes that credit to the ISUPK, man, who brought that truth out in 1969 through a lot of hard work and research. You understand? They didn't have Chat GPT. You understand? They didn't have it. They didn't have AI and Google, you know what I'm saying, to really just make research and finding these things out, so accessibly. A lot of hard work went into uncovering this, and it was nothing short of, you know what I'm saying, the blessing of the Most High to reveal these things to those, brothers who started this school. So even, we talk about the Christian church, we talk about these political parties, but that also includes these other break off Israelite groups that go and try to reinvent something that is perfectly fine the way it is, that is perfectly, suitable and appropriate and acceptable in God's sight. All right. So we're going to talk about what happens, man, like the perils of unrighteous leadership. The perils of unrighteous leadership. You understand? The destruction that you'll find behind unrighteous leadership, the consequences that come behind following unrighteous leadership, the judgment that will come upon unrighteous leadership. All right. So we're going to kind of get right into the scriptures, man. We're going to get into some these current events. Good night. Do we have to talk about the damn the issues and the problems and the wickedness, going on in the political sphere, huh? In the government? We got to talk about the corruption and the dysfunction in there. Come on, man. I mean, damn, you can't scroll and miss it. We got to talk about the current events and the daily news coverage of different scandals and different uh, 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 allegations and different fraud and extortion. Yeah, like going on inside these religious institutions, huh? And the abuse. Do we have to go into too much detail about it? We're going to talk about why that stuff comes out. All right, we're going to talk about why that stuff gets exposed. But first, let's start off with Salakia. We'll start off with something nice and easy to understand. Let's do let me get Isaiah 56 and 10 if I could. These are all of your leaders. These are the leaders that we vote for. These are the leaders that we support because this was grandma's leader. You understand? These are the leaders that have just been in place and we've just followed after. These are the leaders that live a lifestyle that we envy, so we support and follow after them. You understand? Who's got it?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 10.
Go ahead.
His watchmen.
His what?
Watchmen.
His watchmen, man. These are the people that are supposed to be looking out for the Lord's chosen people. These are the people who are supposed to be on guard for us. These are the people who are supposed to protect us. These are the people who are supposed to sound alarms when danger is coming. You understand? These are people with a responsibility. Like that, and a responsibility not for themselves. These are people with a responsibility for the people that they're watching over. You understand? So these are your pastors, these are your reverends, your bishops, these are your politicians, your congressmen, your senators, your mayors. These are the people who are supposed to look out for us. Well, what does it say about these watchmen?
The watchmen are blind.
They are what?
Are blind.
They are blind. The Bible's written so eloquently, man. You understand? You have a person whose sole responsibility is to watch out, is to be on lookout, is to see things. But this person who is in this position with this responsibility is not equipped with the one thing required to do that. You understand? Like Stevie Wonder, and this ain't no slight to brothers with suffer with visual impairments, but damn, Stevie Wonder would not make a great lookout. You understand? He would not make a good lookout. He would not make a good lifeguard. You understand? like this is he wouldn't be a good security guard. You understand? Like looking at monitors and seeing people move about and watching people on screens or even watching people. The thing that's required to do that, he's not equipped with. We got to wake up to the reality that all of these people that we put in place so far outside of the ISUPK are not equipped to do the watchman's job. They do not possess the foundational elements to be of any effect, you understand, in their duty. And that's your pastor. Your pastor lacks the thing that is required to be a good leader. Your politicians lack some essential skills that are required if you're going to be a good leader. What I found in my life is that there are no good leaders outside of the ISUPK under command of General Yohana. It gets proven every day, every news article, every news story on TV and on the social media feeds. It gets proven every day that outside of the ISUPK, there are just no good leaders. There are no good watchmen. Everybody else appears to be blind, or they suffer from other, ailments or afflictions that hinder their ability to be effective in their duty. Keep reading, not.
They are all ignorant.
They are what?
They are all ignorant.
They're ignorant. They just don't know. You understand? There are things that they just don't understand. It's things that they can't comprehend. You understand? In this so-called woke society and this woke age that we're living in, a lot of the leaders don't know anything about what's really going on. You understand? And everybody that does have some type of elevated social status, the second they say something that's true, the second they say something that's accurate or right, the world comes down on them. You understand? Like Kyrie Irving said something about damn, I don't even know if he said nothing. He just shared a post about a book that talks about how the real Jews are black. He shared a post. Man, he almost destroyed his entire career. He's one of the damn best basketball players doing it. You understand? Like when he's healthy, I mean, Kyrie Irving is a terrible, machine on that court, man. But if he says the truth, then the world comes down on him. So this is another reason why your pastors and your preachers and your bishops and your reverends or your politicians, all your elected officials, won't tell the truth. Even if they've come across the ISUPK and they've heard what we teach, they heard what the Bible says, they've heard what we talk about, and they can't find any fault with what we're saying, not in the Bible. There's no fault, there is no error in what we're saying according to the Bible. And instead of them accepting that as the truth of the Bible, they will pretend that they don't know what the hell we're talking about. You understand? They will shush the reality of what we're saying. They will try to play dumb. I don't know if you've ever had a conversation with someone who is disingenuous, but they will pretend that they don't know what the hell you're talking about when they know full well what you're talking about. They will gaslight you, making it seem like they're just clueless. Nah, they know. Some of them know what's going on. Some of them don't. But even the ones that do know that what we're saying is the truth, they have to even appear that they don't know what the hell is going on. Does everybody understand that? And that's a cowardice leader. You understand? Like that is not the kind of leader that should be should have the responsibility of watching out for folks. Everybody understand? Go ahead, keep reading that.
They are all dumb dogs.
They're all dumb dogs. This dumb ain't talking about the ignorant one. You understand? This dumb and ignorant are two different things. The dumb that this is referring to is kind of like you have to understand like mutism. You understand, like someone who doesn't have the ability to speak. I mean, they would call them a mute, or they used to call them back in the day. They used to call them dumb. You understand? Like if you couldn't hear, you would be called deaf. If you couldn't speak, you would be called dumb. That's what the term means, right? This isn't talking about intellect. This is talking about an inability to voice something. And that's our leaders, man. That's our leaders. That's why a lot of our leaders can't speak on the social issues. You understand? They act like they don't know what the hell's going on with the prison industrial complex. They act like they don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying, economically. They act like they don't know what's going on. Like in terms of the oppression that we're under. They shrug. Like they're because if they speak, what happens if they say something? What happens if they speak on it? Aliyah, they get in trouble, man. If they speak on it, they are in trouble. You are out of order. You are out of this world's order. So what do they opt to do? Not speak. Huh? If they slip up and speak, you know what I'm saying? Nick Cannon spoke up, you know what I'm saying? Said that the real Jews are black, and didn't he? And damn if he ain't recant all of that. He took it back. So even if they say it, they'll retract it. They will apologize for the truth they told and say, I submit to the lie. Come on, man. These are not leaders. This ain't the leader that I want. You understand? I want a real leader. I want a leader that is absolutely going to be real, going to be absolutely fearless in their obligation to look out and speak out and act out according to the things that need to be spoke, acted, and seen. You understand? All right, keep reading that.
They cannot bark.
Yeah, this is describing it. You know what I mean? The dumb dog that cannot bark. And again, this is talking about things that are foundational and you know, in this occupation. You understand? Like you should be able, like it's one thing to just see, but if you can't, if you see some bull crap and you can't even say anything about it, then what's the point in even seeing it? You are ill-equipped, man. This ain't for you. Keep reading, One.
Sleeping.
What they doing?
Sleeping.
Some of them just sleep, man. And I'll tell you, listen, how do they get sleep? How do you think they get sleep, man? What do you think puts people to sleep? This is a tough question. I'll take guesses. Don't be afraid to be wrong. This is class. This is not the Christian church where, you know what I'm saying, you got to keep every thought and question to yourself. This is class. This is and 1,000 times better than that public school system or that private school that you wasting money on. This is real class about real life, about real you, real problems and real solutions. What is it that enables these watchmen to sleep? Aliyah? Peace of mind. You're right there. You're right there. Amawan, did you want to take a crack at it on that same street, or do you want me to just kind of sum it up quickly?
Their lack of patience, lack of focus.
Lack of patience, lack of focus. Aliyah was a little bit more on it when he said their peace of mind. They're comfortable, man. They have slipped into a state of comfort because, I mean, damn, they don't have the economic issues that you have. Your pastor doesn't struggle with bills the way that you do. You understand that? Your mayor does not struggle with the light bill and the mortgage and the rent and the car payments like you do. Your politicians' vehicles ain't getting repossessed. Your pastor's Rolls Royce ain't going nowhere. Not before the FBI hits them up. But they live comfortable lives. Just telling us comfortable lies, lulling us to sleep, telling us everything's okay, without embracing the real burden of good quality righteous leadership, which is saying, hey, wake up. Wake the hell up. It's time to get back on guard. It's time for us to get back to serving the Most High. Time is up for the fairy tale doctrine of God doesn't care what you do. You understand? We can't afford that game plan right now with the end so near. You understand? We need a real viable game plan. And it starts with turning back to the Most High and obeying his law, statutes, and commandments, man. Wake up to the reality that having the law, statutes, and commandments is such a blessing because it ain't even for everybody. You understand? These law, statutes, and commandments are for God's chosen people. Period. The end. Everybody doesn't get that access. Everybody doesn't have that option and that opportunity. They're going to suffer whatever the hell happens in the world. But the Lord's chosen people have an option to turn back to him, and the end is quite different from our perspective compared to those that have nothing but destruction awaiting them. You understand? All right, come on. So like, keep reading now.
Lying down.
Lying down. They're just lazy. They don't want to do the work that it takes. It's much easier to fill your church pews by sitting up there telling a bunch of lies. Sitting up there having a bunch of goddamn Broadway theater, having, Showtime at the Apollo up inside your sanctuary. It's easy to fill the seats with that. It's hard to fill seats with the truth. You understand? The truth is something that is hard to accept for most, but it is the only thing that sets us free. Where I get that from? The Bible. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. We wonder why in the hell we still suffer all the remnants of captivity today, why we still feel the oppression. You understand, the way we do, even though the world says there is no oppression. All your politicians, they don't acknowledge the oppression. They chalk it up to you just being lazy and not pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell the truth and entertain people. It's a difficult thing, but it is a requirement. You understand? It is a requirement of this occupation to be a watchman, to be someone that actually cares about his brothers and his sisters, to have the compassion and the wisdom to teach them the truth of who they are, and to explain how following lies is what aids in our destruction. It's what aids in our furthered captivity. But don't nobody want to hear that. Your pastor knows that, so he ain't gonna utter a word of truth. Your pastor ain't gonna make a peep about what you need to stop doing, even though it feels good to you. They can't do it. He won't stomach it. He's lazy. He won't battle you. You understand? Your pastor won't battle you about what you think and what you believe and how it's accurate or inaccurate, how it's not sound according to the Bible, how it don't make sense practically. He won't give you the damn time of day. Put your money in the bucket, sing along with the gospel songs, and then get the hell out the church. Shalom. That's your pastor. It takes work to sit in here face to face with brothers new to the truth, brothers that disagree with the truth. They just like a lot of brothers that are in the truth started off battling the truth. You understand? Like, you're hearing things that you sit in church for decades, and then you hear other people, they stand up there with this Bible and they speak so aggressively and with such authority. And it's like, wait a minute, that's not what I learned in Sunday school. And then they show you precept upon precept, line upon line. They show you how all the scriptures are like a river that just flows. And there are no contradictions. There are no, like, everything just makes sense. Like it's just like this all makes more sense than anything I've ever dealt with. And then you subscribe to it. And you start to put back on this culture. And you start to obey these laws. And you start to obey these commandments, man. And you start to serve God in spirit and in truth. And your life changes. Your life like you become a different person. Not a damn drug dealer that just wears a cross on his neck. You understand? Not some stripper that just prays before her set. You understand? This is now, you don't become that. You become someone who engages in righteous behavior when you are following righteous leadership, man. Salakia. Keep reading that.
Loving to slumber.
They love to slumber. Go ahead.
Verse 11.
Go ahead.
Yeah. They are greedy dogs.
They are what?
Greedy dogs.
Greedy. That'll sum it up for you. Now we're getting to the root of it. Now we're getting to the root of their unrighteousness, greed. Because maybe it's not about your salvation. You understand? Maybe it's not about your cleaning you up and making you a new man or a new woman. Maybe it ain't about that. Maybe that's too much hard work. Maybe there's an easier way to get things out of you. Maybe there's an easier way for me to get something from you than for you to get something from me. And ooh, will they do it? Golly. It is such a ripe business opportunity to go into just open a Christian church. There's a new Christian church every day, B. You understand? And all these new Christian churches are all doing the same thing. You know what I mean? They all have the same ambition. You ever wonder why your pastor goes, your pastor, if you're at a new church now, all right, I'm just going to kind of say this kind of in general, but this is kind of specific, right? If you've got one of those kind of like, I don't want to say new age pastors, but like if you've got a pastor that's just now starting a church and they've got kind of like all this social media stuff and all these, they're going to damn for sure have the Cash App, the Zelle, the Venmo. They're going to have all the like appropriate technological ways for you to pay them. You understand? Those pastors are going to what they call leadership conferences. And at these leadership conferences that they pay to go to, they go there to network. They go there to be amongst other like-minded, hopeful entrepreneurs that are trying to start a business and trying to, energize their efforts and make connections that can help, get it along the way. It's all an attempt to be effective at the business side of running a church. You understand? To be absolutely efficient at the money-making aspect of it. So if you're passing, if you go into a church that just started up within the past 5 years, you understand, and they got they got all the little tech and stuff, right? Ask your pastor if they've participated in any leadership seminars. You understand? Or and who was leading these seminars? like I just so happen to know a pastor that went to a leadership seminar, and then the guy that was hosting the leadership seminar was then at this poor brother's church for like a week straight, doing a whole week's worth of sermons. You understand? Collecting a check every single time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a sick Ponzi scheme, man. It's all about the mother money. You understand? That's all these pastors are about. The Bible says they are greedy dogs. Just greedy dogs. Like, what the hell else like could you chalk it up to? Huh? Why else would they lie to you? Huh? It's like the damn, they went and like it's a big beef going on in the medical field, right? When it comes to like insurances and billing and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, these different conspiracies about, they've got the cure for cancer, but they don't want to give you the cure for cancer, because if they can just continuously treat you for cancer, there's so much more money to be made. You understand? There's so much more money that a doctor can make off of you if they don't heal you. You understand? If they just soothe you, then you'll keep coming to them for the soothage without ever really receiving the healing. Does that make sense? And that's your pastor. Those are your politicians. You think all the damn money that they take out of my check, you know what I mean, that they take out of our checks for so-called taxes, you think there's not enough money to actually fix things in the community? Huh? Everything you buy gets taxed on top of that. Huh? You buy a damn pack of M&Ms. You could, that money should be paying for something that's actually worthwhile and beneficial. But where does it go? It goes in the pocket of some higher up. They pocket it and act like they can't fix the problem. We're going to create a committee. We're going to create a task force to try to figure out how to fix this or fix that. And no solution ever comes of it. You understand? Because they're not coming with the solutions that are actually relevant and personal to the Lord's chosen people. And that's turning back to his law, statutes, and commandments. And that's free. That doesn't cost a damn thing. They should be bagging that up and pitching that and pushing that. They should be, your pastor should share every video that they ever see pushed out by the ISUPK. Keep taking the money from your congregation, keep hustling them, keep finessing them, but share every video that you stroll across on the internet. Share it. Because what we pushing is free. You understand? But it does. I mean, damn, if you're going to accept it, it requires change. It requires more than $1 from you. You understand? This requires, this requires, I don't mean to be grim. I'm on TikTok. I know TikTok is very touchy, but I mean, it requires death. You understand? It requires taking that person that you used to be and they go away and something new and beautiful is born. Something new and beautiful sprouts. You can't get that if you're getting lied to about how you can be the same wicked person you are, but just put money in my bucket. You can't get that. That ain't how you fix yourself. That's how you stay destroyed. All right. But Juan, you can keep reading that. We're going to get into some more scriptures too.
They are greedy dogs, which can never have enough.
Which can never have enough. These pastors of these damn mega churches, good night. What does it take? What does it take inside these mega churches? How many millions does TD Jakes have to earn to stop asking you for money? How many millions does Creflo Dollar have to earn before he's like, all right, no sweat? Every penny that comes in to the into this school, into this church, is going to go towards something else. It ain't going to go in my pocket. Huh? They're millionaires. The millionaires. When are they going to stop taking money from the people and start giving money to the people? Like, when is enough enough? How many millions? Yeah, the scriptures just said it. The scriptures just answered that question. Read that part again. They can what?
They which can never have enough.
Which can never have enough. There will never be an end to it. You understand? If they made 100,000, they want to make 200,000. If they made 500,000, they want to make 1 million. If they made 1 million, they want to make 2 million. Do I got to keep going? Huh? Do I got to keep going? Listen, it's despicable. The Bible talked about this type of cat, man. The Bible talked about this nonsense. I mean, go ahead, I'm going to keep reading. We're going to finish this scripture. But I got like a lot more. We're going to get into most of them. Go ahead.
They are shepherds that cannot understand.
They're shepherds, they can't understand, man. Like I don't think they really understand just given some of them, there may be a handful of them that don't realize that they're doing harm. You understand? They just trying to make a dollar. You know what I mean? They're just hustling. This is America. You know what I mean? Hell else there to do but make a bunch of money. That's the American dream. You understand? They might not realize the damage that they're doing. But that's few and far between, man. You don't sit up in your luxury and look at people suffering and starving and goddamn, they come to you with their problems. Yes, like I remember when I used to be in church, they used to have they call it like a prayer request box where you could write, you know what I mean, if you got an issue or something like that, you want something prayed for, you can write it on a paper and put it in the box. The hell is your pastor doing with that box, man? Huh? If he's reading that, how do you look at all the damn problems that are super prevalent inside this church, and you just continue to live your life of luxury and watch none of those circumstances change? These are shepherds that just don't get it. You understand? They just don't understand. Keep reading that.
They all look to their own way.
They do what?
They all look to their own way.
They all look to their own way. That's why all these churches, they have these little subtle differences. You understand? Some sing, more songs than the other, Some require tithes that are more than the other, Some do the preaching before the offering, some do the preaching after the offering. Some of them got, a good choir, some of them got a bad choir. So, you know what I'm saying? Look, you know what I'm saying? So, some ushers, dress one way, some ushers dress another way. Like they got these subtle, whatever suits them. And all they're looking at is their audience. You know what I'm saying? Like a good comedian or a good performer does. They know the crowd and they play to the crowd. They give the crowd what the crowd wants. You understand? Like a good entertainer. Read.
Everyone for his gain.
For his what?
For his gain.
For his what?
For his gain.
Everyone for his gain. They all just trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I make money? I made 100,000 this year. How do I double that next year? You understand? I know what to do. We're gonna have, instead of just one revival where we made a killing, we're gonna have 4 revivals. We're gonna have one every 3 months. We're gonna have a week of revivals. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like they just want the gain. They want the monetary gain. They want to gain those tangible things. And the ISUPK under command of General Yohana, we want to gain a brother. You understand? We want to gain our sisters, man. We want to gain this nation back. We want to gain back the favor of the Most High God of this Bible, man. That's what our pursuit is. It ain't about the dollar. You understand? But God damn it, you owe us $1. But ain't nobody shaking you down about it. You understand? Like you didn't have to drop a donation or send a cash app to watch this class. This class is free. Every class that we air is free. All the Sabbath services are free. We go out on the street and teach every Saturday, free. You don't got to pay to come to our high holy days. You understand? Even though the Passover, you should pay. You should pay. You should, if you're coming, and every Black, Latino, and Native American should be there in Atlanta, April 12th. You should be there. ISUPK 56th Annual Lord's Passover, man, in Atlanta, Georgia. You should pay the $200 to go to help pay for a week, an entire week of festivities. You should help support that. Damn it, you spent more than $200 on Christmas. I know you did. Huh? You're simple behind. You're going to spend $200 on Easter, a freaking Easter suit. A pastel, pink, blue, or yellow, or green, or white Easter suit. You should contribute $200, man, to the ISUPK's Lord's Passover, man. and show the hell up, and then don't have to pay $1 once you get there. Well, I'll tell you what, my understanding is, even if you don't got it, show the hell up. Huh? Show up. Show up. Show up. Show up without paying it. Show up having not paid it. And I'd be interested to see if you get turned away. Does everybody understand that? But this is free, man. This is free. This is what we don't charge for this. Even though, goddamn, all the money you spend on weed, you could. Do you know? You should contribute the money that you waste on inside of them damn dispensaries. You should turn that money over to the Lord. You understand? You should deposit that here. You should. You're going to save money. All the money you would waste on Christmas, you should send to the ISUPK. You should do it. You don't have to do it, but damn it, you should. Because you're getting more from what we're teaching, and you're going to get more from this than you'll ever get from some sativa or indica, or from some damn spruce tree you done put in your house, and some damn cheap toys that you done wasted money on. You should, man. Lock in. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get let's get Micah 3:11, Baba Kasha. Get Micah 3:11. And then someone else get me Matthews 23:27, Baba Kasha. I'm going to get both of those. Go ahead. If you got Micah.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 3, verse 11.
Go ahead.
The heads thereof.
The what?
The heads thereof.
The heads thereof. These are the people that are in charge, man. Yeah, I knew I was going to get restricted because I said sativa. That's crazy. The heads thereof. What about these heads? These people that are in charge. Read.
Judge for reward.
They do what?
Judge for reward.
They do what?
Judge for reward.
They judge for reward, man. What they're going to say is going to be influenced by what they can gain from it. You understand? They can be bought. They're for sale. Like all of your politicians. like all of you, every one of your politicians are for sale. They don't give a damn about any issue. I pray you understand that. They could care less about this issue or that issue. Those issues don't affect them the way that they affect us. So they don't care which way it goes. They're comfortable. So whether it goes left or right, red or blue, Republican or Democrat, up or down, they don't give a damn. But then what do? You understand? They're going to go whatever way that the money sends them. That's your pastor. Who's going to come to your pastor's church and tell you to vote for them? Whoever gives the biggest donation. You understand? Donald Trump could come to your black pastor's church. You understand that? Am I making this up? Okay, I pray y'all ain't that blind to the news. You ain't seen Donald Trump in church and the damn black church clapping off beat, huh? Telling like he knew the damn songs. You think he just went in there for free? Huh? Come on, man. Keep reading that. Salakia.
And the priests thereof teach for hire.
They do what?
Teach for hire.
They do what?
Teach for hire.
They teach for hire, man. They will teach you anything that you are willing to listen to, man. You know what I'm saying? Like anything you're willing to pay for. They will put on whatever kind of show you want them to. That's why there's different, like there's a church for everything that you, whatever vices you have, whatever wickedness that you don't want to let go of and refrain from doing, there is a church that will tell you that you don't have to stop doing it. You understand? Damn, most churches tell you it don't matter what you do. Most churches will tell you that the law is done away with. The law is done away with. God don't care about what you do. He cares about what's in your heart. God said God just cares about what's in your heart. I guess if you got any stents in there, you know what I'm saying, in any of them arteries, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's all God care about. If you've had heart surgery, got some stents put in there. If you got some stents put in there, then you just you it ain't gonna be good, you know what I'm saying, when it come to God judging you. Because the Bible says the heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? You want God to judge? I'd rather God judge me. Listen, I don't want this to get misunderstood. I'd rather God judge me off of what I do rather than what's in my head. I don't that might be too heavy for some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, the thoughts I have in my head when I get mad, what I want to do to people that offend me, what I want to do to people that offend my family and hurt my family. I pray God don't judge me on that. I pray he has mercy on me for the thoughts I have. But I I I, I'll conduct myself in a certain way. You understand? I won't go do those things because God said I can't do those things. Do you understand that at all? That ain't advanced. You know what I mean? That's not overly sophisticated. You understand? Go ahead. You got a question while you're on that? Go ahead.
So like the thoughts come up with you sinning, that's fine as long as you don't act on it.
Yeah. Well, all right. Two things. One, if you've got wicked thoughts, if you've got thoughts of yourself sinning, like quickly abandon those thoughts. You understand? Like, turn away from them. Think about something else. Don't harp on it. Don't fantasize about it. Don't you know, soak in it and the idea of it. You want to know why? Because if you soak on that idea long enough, what is the danger of it? You'll do what? You'll do what? You'll go do it. The longer you ruminate on it, it is a matter of time before your little hands and your little feet go and do it. So when you have when those thoughts pop up, those temptations, those urges, you got to battle that. You understand? A battle begins. Goddamn, some of us are battling. Some of us battle daily. You understand? Some of us battle from sun up to sundown. Some of us wake up in the morning and got to battle the damn dreams we've had. You understand? This is like you battle that as well. But you absolutely physically do not do those things. You do not submit to those things. Does that make sense? No sweat. That was an excellent question, warrior. All right, you can keep reading.
In the prophets.
The who?
In the prophets.
What do the prophets do?
Thereof.
What they do?
Divine for money.
They do what?
Divine for money.
Come on, man. They teach for money. They speak for money. They try to, you know what I mean, show you signs for money. Come on, man. That's your damn tarot card readers. Golly. Do y'all, it might just be my algorithm. Do y'all see tarot card readers on TikTok? It ain't just me. All right, God, listen. A part of me was like, "What the hell have I like? Why do they keep showing me tarot card readers?" And I think I understand it because I do. Like, I listen. I started like, "What the hell? Like, is someone really listening to this?" I heard a tarot card reader tell a woman, "Listen, all right. So a woman paid the tarot card reader something to the tune of $20 to $30 to $50 somewhere, and I don't know how much she spent, but you know, somewhere in there, it was hefty for somebody to just make up some stuff. She pays the tarot card reader $20 or so, and the tarot card reader, because she had a question about does her man love her? This poor sister. Does her man love her? The tarot card reader says, okay, I'm going to ask the cards. So he's shuffling the cards. Now this is gonna blow your mind. Shuffling the cards, he flips some cards. He's like, "Ooh, this is the whatever the ace of spades. I don't know, like they got all kinds of different cards. It's not like spades cards, you know what I mean? But so it's like, oh, ace of spades. He's like, oh, this means. He said, have you ever consulted uh someone about your love life? Have you ever consulted uh like witchcraft about your love life? I'm thinking to myself, damn it, she's doing it right now. What are you like? Like, but I just know that there's somebody whose mind was blown when she was like, "Yes, I have." Shocker. She would pay somebody that claims to be psychic to tell her about her love life. How do I know she'll do that? She's doing it as we're speaking. What the hell are we even talking about? Yeah, they'll divine for money. They'll tell you all about your future. They'll tell you about how all of your wildest dreams are going to come true just for a small fee. You understand? They will tell you that all your wildest dreams are going to, God told me you're going to get that promotion at your job that you ain't looking for. Ain't nobody above you leaving, but somehow they done divine and told you, said, listen, if you put some money in this bucket, you're going to be the new supervisor. Okay. I'd love to be supervisor. God damn. How simple have we become? Salaki, I'll take that back. It ain't so much simple. It's desperate. How desperate are we? In a time that we are this freaking desperate, we should listen. I'm desperate enough to accept the truth of the Bible. That's how desperate I am. I'm desperate enough to accept the truth of the Bible. I'm desperate enough to accept that maybe I've been lied to my entire life sitting up in that church. Maybe everything I've learned in the church has not amounted to anything morality wise. You understand? Maybe I got played. Maybe sitting up in church, I got played. My emotions, you know what I'm saying, allowed them to manipulate me and finesse me. I'll never forget when I was 16 years old. I took all the money that was in my pocket and put it in some guest preacher's bucket at my church because he said, God's telling me to tell you to put this money in my bucket. Don't hold back. If you hold back, God's going to hold back. And I remember emptying my damn pockets into that bucket. And I know today I was such a fool. You understand? I was such a sucker out of desperation. They'll divine for money. Salakia. I'm a one. Go ahead and read Matthews 23 and 27, Baba Kashar.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 27.
Go ahead, man.
Woe unto you.
Do what?
Woe unto you.
Woe means destruction, man. The Bible warns about destruction for this type of cat. You understand? For whoever this is about to describe, woe unto you. Destruction is on its way. Put your damn seatbelt on. Read.
Scribes and Pharisees.
Yeah, you scribes and Pharisees. That's your big-headed leadership. Those are your pastors. Those are your politicians. Those are all of your so-called you goddamn doctor this and that in the conscious community. Those are all of your gurus and your imams. You understand? All of your spiritual leaders. There's destruction coming for a certain type of spiritual leader. Read.
For ye are like unto whited sepulchres.
All right, that's whited sepulchres.
Whited sepulchres.
All right, whited sepulchres. That's like a sepulcher is actually. Let's go ahead and look it up. Let's look up what a sepulcher is. This is class, not church. You understand? This is class, not church. Mm-hmm. Aliyah.
Sepulcher. A small room or monument.
It's a small room or monument. Read.
Cut in rock or built of stone.
Mm-hmm.
In which a dead person is laid or buried.
All right. So like some people, when they pass away, they get buried. You understand? Some people don't get buried. Some people go into, it's like a room. You know what I'm saying? And you go like in a wall. You know what I'm saying? Like you're above ground. And it's whited. What does it mean if this place that someone is buried above ground? What does it mean if it's whited? What do you think that's emphasizing? Aliyah?
Painted over.
In an attempt to do what? If it's painted?
Hide it.
Like camouflage? What do you mean painted and hide it?
Like paint over it so the body can't be seen at all.
No, the body's inside. It's like a tomb. It's like a tomb that they're inside of. And on the outside, how does it look? It's whited. What is that talking about? What is that emphasizing? What is that communicating? If it's whited. I want you to venture guesses here. I want you to. I believe you guys can get this. If it's whited, why not another color? Why not brown? Why not burgundy?
Want it to stand out.
Stand out in a way that it is what? Why would it stand out if it's white? Where are you at? Where is this place at? Where is this sepulcher at? Where do you think this sepulcher would be located? In a cemetery. You're in a cemetery. And what's in cemeteries? A lot of graves, a lot of death. You know what I'm saying? But then you look at this sepulcher, this burial situation, and it is white. It is white, like just completely white. What do you want to do? What is this emphasizing? What's the point of it being white?
That the person buried and they had high value.
Maybe they had high, but why would you say white insinuates high value?
Because it looks clean.
Clean. Look how clean this is. How clean is a corpse?
Dirty.
How clean is, rotten flesh? Well, what's on the inside of the sepulcher? A dead body that is decaying. You understand? It is going through the process, no matter how white the outside is. So the outside is so white. It's clean. It looks so clean. Go ahead and reread that part again, that section.
For ye are like unto whited sepulchres.
Whited sepulchres. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees. You know what you scribes and Pharisees are like? You're like whited sepulchres. You're like these things that contain a dead body that is rotting and stinking and decaying. But on the outside, go ahead, keep reading.
Which indeed appear beautiful outward.
Why do they appear beautiful outward? Because they're painted white. Nice and clean. You know what I mean? No fingerprints, no scuffs, no stains. Huh? Oh, it seems clean. Read.
But are within full of dead men's bones.
Read that again.
But are within full of dead men's bones.
All right. Change your cadence on that. All right. There's no commas, but there's context. There should be some pauses. Try it again.
But are within full of dead men's bones.
Give that brother a hand. That's the excellent pacing, the phrasage for that statement. But these scribes and Pharisees, they're white without on the outside. but are within, read,
full of dead men's bones.
full of dead men's bones. That's all that's on the inside of you. Dead men. Ezekiel talked about the valley of dead bones and dry bones. Huh? These are people who do not strive after the uh, obedience to the Most High. You understand? These are people who are just going through the motions. Zombies. You'll see it. People who have I don't even want to say severe or extreme, but that drug addiction is very outwardly reminiscent of an inward state of mind. You understand? Like all you want to, like, you ever seen, I know in Baltimore, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately, like, damn, Lexington Market, it is inundated with brothers and sisters who have these addictions and afflictions. And I mean, you'll see them just stop and just lean over and they're just standing there. They're alive. You know what I mean? The human, you know what I mean? Whole human alive there, but are they really alive? You get what I'm saying? It's just you're really it's giving bones. You get what I'm saying? Well, that's what the Christian church is. That's what these pastors are. Those damn suits, those Gucci suits, those Louis Vuitton belts, those damn Gator shoes, them red bottoms, those Rolls Royces, those mansions. Oh yeah, they look pristine. They look very clean. They look very on top of the game, right? But inwardly, they're disgusting. You know what I mean? They're as disgusting as a rotting corpse. For real, for real. Ask TD Jakes. TD Jakes. I would say it, yeah. We almost done. So if TikTok get jiggy with it, who cares? TD Jakes was a power bottom at the Diddy Freak-Offs. This is Woman Thou Art Loose. You know what I'm saying? This is, I mean, he is the leader of multiple mega churches. You understand? Like, this is a big leader in the Christian community. But for real, he's just a Diddy Freak-Off power bottom. And they come out with more allegations. I want to say today. There's more allegations against them today. That ain't got nothing to do with no Diddy parties. Who else we got to talk about? Jamal Bryant? Huh? Come on, man. Like, I don't want to rattle off all of these fallen leaders. Huh? We're not going to talk. Listen, I am, but I ain't, but I am, but I ain't. Yeah, I mean, there's some fake Israelite leaders that good night are power. I guess I think that's a power. I think that constitutes as power bottoms. Your leaders are power bottoms. Ali, yeah, you got a question?
Yeah, kind of.
Go ahead.
Like with this scripture, would that also like relate to when they tell you to wear the wolf and sheep clothing?
Get that brother a hand. Get that brother a hand. That would definitely be a precept for this scripture. When the Bible warns about wolves that are in sheep's clothing, because clothing is worn on the outside. The wolf is what they are on the inside. The Bible warns us against this. The very Bible that they use to hypnotize and finesse and beguile and lie to the people is the very Bible that exposes them. This is exactly like that scripture. Well done. So we could finish this scripture if I could, if we could.
right.
And all. And of all.
This is verse 28.
No, and of all.
Oh. And of all uncleanness.
And of all what?
Uncleanness.
And of all what?
Uncleanness.
Uncleanness. The Christian church don't believe in clean and unclean. You understand that? There is no Christian church that I'm aware of that teaches about things being clean and unclean. There's no political party that teaches about what's clean and unclean. What do you think when this is talking about uncleanness, what do you think it's referring to? You think this is talking about Germ-X? You think this is talking about washing your hands after you use the bathroom? What uncleanness is this talking about? I'm one. Sin, man. This is talking about sinning against the Most High. Those things that the Most High said, don't do this. Don't eat that. Don't worship that. Don't lay with that. Don't celebrate that. Don't do that to your brother. Uncleanness. That's what they are. They're full of uncleanness. How did they get away with the uncleanness? They tell you the law's done away with. God don't care what you do. God just loves you for who you are. He made you, so he loves you. Put them up. Deposit $50. Like a cheap video game in an arcade. You know what I'm saying? Like, just tell me I'm doing good, sir. Just tell me I'm doing good, pastor. Just tell me I'm doing good, reverend. Oh, there's the one, the Catholic Church. Just tell me I'm doing good, father. What do I got to do about all the people I've unalived? Just say 10 Our Father, 10 Hail Marys and 5 Our Fathers. Have a good day, sir. Come on, man. God requires so much more of us. We've been taught to be unclean. We've been taught to be unclean. God has things that are clean and unclean. We've been taught that just be unclean and God loves you anyway. Hell no. God said this is an abomination. You eat this garbage that you're eating is an abomination and makes you an abomination when you eat it. Like, and here's the thing, it's not an abomination in and of itself. Those things have duties. You understand? That shrimp, crab, and lobster, those are scavengers that help the ecosystems in which they reside. You understand? They do a duty in terms of decomposition and things like that on ocean bottoms. Don't eat them. Those oysters and those clams are filters they filter the water. Don't eat those. If you eat that, that's an abomination. You understand? Intercourse is not in and of itself an abomination. But when a man goes and does intercourse with another man, that's an abomination. You understand? And the same for you sisters with other sisters. That's abominable. Don't do that. But your pastors, goddamn, we gotta talk about those scandals, the unclean, intimate behavior of church leadership. Can we start with the Catholics? I believe there is a class action lawsuit against the Catholic Church for all the SAs. Yeah, I mean, all the assaults that are taking place up inside of that joint without any repercussions. About any repercussions, man. Without any consequences. What happens to the parishioners that get accused and blamed for doing some terrible things? They get moved to another region to go and do those things some more. There's a class action lawsuit in Baltimore right now against the Catholic Church, man. All right. Salaki. All right, we got to kind of wrap it up. Salaki. Go ahead, Ali. I'm going to want to keep finishing that.
Verse 28.
Go ahead.
Even so, ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men.
Come on, who'd have thunk it? TD Jakes, a power bottom. Huh? Who the hell would have thunk it, man? What's that one dude, man? Damn. How's his name? Jamal Bryant. He's terrible. And can't have him around no youth group. Huh? Eddie Long. Good freaking night. Good Eddie Long. You could come on. Eddie Long was a freak when it came out. But before it came out, he was the most righteous of righteousness. Read.
But within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity.
You just a damn hub for hypocrisy and iniquity. That's it. That's hypocrisy and iniquity. That's all we getting about the Christian church. The Bible says that the leaders of this people cause them to err, man. And they that are led of them are destroyed. If your leader ain't telling you the truth about your wicked self, if your leader doesn't confront you with expectations for obedience to the Most High, they hate you, man. They hate you, and they really want you to be destroyed. That's what it is. They want to get as much money out of you as they can, and then for you to ultimately be destroyed. That's hatred, man. We don't teach that in the ISUPK. In the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, we do not teach hatred towards our brothers and sisters. Why? Because God does not condone that. You understand? God wants us to show love to our brothers and sisters. So what will we do? We'll tell them the truth. Whether they want to hear it or not, we're going to say it. We're going to speak it. We're going to put it on video so they could watch it and put it on repeat. We are going to yell it into microphones above the legal decibel measures that are allowed on street corners. You understand? To everybody who passes by until we're told to turn it down a bit. We are going to cry aloud and spare not, because we love our people and have an obligation as the true watchmen of our people, man, so that we are not destroyed, so that this captivity does not carry on, you understand, and that we could turn back to the God of this Bible. We could turn back to the Most High and receive our righteous reward in the end. Does everybody understand that? No sweat. All right, want to say we got the Purim coming up, 3430 Eastern Ave in Baltimore, Maryland. We are going to have the first night of Purim tomorrow night, starting at 7 o'clock. Again, 3430 Eastern Ave, Baltimore, Maryland. Get in the building if you are able to. You understand? But then we definitely got Commander General Yohana will be speaking with one of the leaders of the Proud Boys. If you don't know who the Proud Boys are, the January 6th insurrection that took place about 4 years ago, when Donald Trump lost the election to Joe Biden, those people who broke into the Capitol and pissed and shat on everything, the leader, one of their leaders, you know what I'm saying, is going to be sitting down and having a conversation with Commanding General Yohana on Black Watch on YouTube on Saturday at 12 o'clock. That is going to be an interesting conversation, to say the least. I mean, it's going to be interesting, to say the least. All right. And then we have the Lord's 56th annual Passover on April 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. You have to get to Atlanta, Georgia if you are able to, man. The fee for the Passover is $200. If you got it right now, pay it right now. If you'll have it next week, pay it next week. Pay that Passover fee if you are able, man. Pay that. That $200 Passover fee gets you into about 7 different events. 7 events where you won't have to pay a damn thing. You know what I mean? Like it's more than a steal to be able to go and experience brotherhood and sisterhood like you've never experienced in your entire life. You will see what Israel is supposed to look like. You understand? What Blacks, Latinos, and Native American harmony is supposed to look like. You'll come, you'll experience, it'll change your life. All right. So that's April 12th. But again, the festivities start damn near like April 8th, something like that. All right. So that's that and that. So that pretty much sums it up, man. I want to say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabbat Thumb to every Akim that tuned in. Yahweh Shamar Alathon Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to all the Akwathium that tuned in. We're gonna run these promo videos, and we'll catch y'all at the Baltimore class at 7 o'clock on all these same platforms. Shalom, Israel.
Welcome to Atlanta. Christ is hosting 5,000 year Mayati camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025. Starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April the 11th, we got the black party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under committed Million Hunter.
Our great and holy King have honored us for turning our eyes from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven. So in the name of our King Yahweh Shai, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.